Hey everyone, this is Yoga Rajat from Rain Studios. A software developer is a lifelong learner. So our trade requires us to be hunting for new technologies to learn so as to upgrade our skills in such a way so that we can actually help other businesses and people in solving their technological problems with our newly equipped knowledge. So this thing requires us to always be on the quest of learning new things. There are two prominent ways of learning. First one is to learn from tutorials and the other one is doing some side projects. So in today's video, we are going to compare these two approaches and see how much to rely on what approach and whether we should concentrate on either of those approaches or we should mix and match those approaches in proportion. So let's get started. So subscribe to Rain Studios YouTube channel in order to learn more about software development. Also make sure to click the bell icon in order to be notified whenever a new content is available on the channel. I have already covered being stuck in a tutorial purgatory in one of my videos which you can check out here, where I have talked about there are many people who are stuck where they move from one tutorial to other tutorial and they never feel like they are ready for creating a project. But there are a plethora of people who depend upon creating side projects and they highly recommend. I am one of those people who highly recommend creating side projects in order to get a proper command over any new technology you are trying to learn. So let's start with how much should you depend upon tutorials and how much should you depend upon side projects. So let's start comparing things side by side. A tutorial is more like a 2D platformer game where you have to do specified actions like jumping, sliding and all in order to clear a stage. While on the other hand, creating a side project is more like navigating an open world game where the end goal is fixed, but still there can be many ways or many routes which you can navigate through in order to reach that goal. So you have an abundance of choices in case of a side project. So in case of side project, you can actually mix and match and do several sorts of optimization and you have to take many decisions. But in case of a tutorial, all of those decisions have been taken for you by someone else. Hence, you are actually devoid of creating that skill of making ingenious choices about things and about how to make several technological components work in harmony. The other thing which we can consider in learning from tutorials and learning from side project is that tutorials do not actually allow you to handle the edge cases, because most of the time these edge cases increase the complexities of those tutorials. Hence, the designers of these tutorials often leave these complexities or the edge cases out, or they polish those edge cases in such a way that they give you proper instructions about what you need to do to cater to that particular edge cases. Still, many of the edge cases which that particular example which you have created out of a tutorial will face in the real world are left out. Hence, learning from a tutorial is very constrained. While on the other hand, learning from a side project is more like jumping from a plane and assembling a parachute while falling down. So here you will find many edge cases. You will bump into several use cases where you will not find anything which you have learned from the tutorials. Hence, this would require you to go out and search for solutions to your unique set of problems. So this will allow you to Google search things. This will allow you to post stuff on Stack Overflow and interact with other developers or community members from that technology using channels like IRC chat, and also this will prepare you to be a better software developer, because software developers deal with quite a lot of edge cases on their day-to-day basis. Hence, creating a side project and making sure that that side project gets deployed actually prepare you to be a better software developer at the end of the day. Here, nobody has got your back and you are on your own, which means that in case you want your project to see the day of light, you need to figure things out. You need to chisel the sharp corners away from your project and make it ready for the world to use, which means that you at the end of the day are going to take care of everything which involves the edge cases which one can encounter or your app can bump into. Tutorials also do not allow you to see the entire big picture. In most of the tutorials, you will not be responsible to actually deploy an example you have created via that tutorial. Suppose you were learning React. So a React tutorial most of the time will not teach you how to deploy your completed React project to the website or a cloud hosting. While on the other hand, if you were to create a React project on your own, most of your time you would want to share that project with the world, which would require you to upload it somewhere, and most of the time it would be some hosting or a cloud service, which means that now in case of a side project you would be forced to upload it somewhere, and this will give you better insights about the other parts of the software development, and this in turn can actually help you in making you a full stack developer or a T-shaped professional. In case you are not aware of what a T-shaped professional is, I would request you to check this video out where I have detailed what do I mean by a T-shaped professional and why it is a requirement. Hence, I request you all to focus on becoming a T-shaped professional, even though your goal or your passion lies in becoming a front-end developer or a back-end developer or something else altogether. So to give you an overall picture of how I visualize learning from tutorials and learning from your own side project, let's suppose you wanted to learn a new piece of technology, and there can be 3 stages of your proficiency level. The first one would be a level of naivety, where you are just ignorant about that technology, and here you are just clueless about how that technology works and how to make things using that technology. Then the second stage is the proficient stage, where you feel confident enough in employing that technology to create practical projects. Then the third layer is the expert level, where you are not just proficient but consummate enough to create a full-fledged product using the technology, and you are also capable enough in handling most of the edge cases and you can do the optimization using that technology. So when you are at the naive level, tutorials can really help you out. So you can go out and search for really basic tutorials in order to build that base and catch up to this naive level. Once you are off that naive level, now here should pick up a side project. Now this side project can actually allow you to venture into many areas which you otherwise would not in case you totally depend upon tutorials. For example, during the naive stage, you went through the documentation of React or Vue.js and you learned several things about React and Vue.js. But when you want to reach the proficient level, you should really pick up creating a blog or a chat messenger out of that React or Vue.js knowledge. This will allow you to venture into things like routing, handling new messages, and navigating to different parts of the same application. What happens in case the internet goes down? So all of these things are crucial in order to become a proficient developer, because in real world you would be handling all of such edge cases, and these edge cases are not quite advanced, they are quite trivial, and one should be really aware of how to handle these cases, because nobody is going to pay you in case you are just at the naive level or you are just at the boundary of this proficient and naive level. So you should focus on getting yourself at the boundary of this proficient and expert level. So you should create some side project in order to give you that sort of exposure with the technology. So once you create an array of side projects using this technology, you will feel confident enough that if you are going to bump into this sort of error or problem, what will you be doing? Then after reaching the proficient level, after you have created several side projects, not like 100 side projects using the technology, but 2 or 3 side projects which you have deployed or which you have shown to other people and you have got some feedback about your project, then you can learn several other obscure areas about that technology using more tutorials or more advanced tutorials. So now you can incrementally upgrade your knowledge, your insights about the technology using standalone tutorials. So you start with tutorials, you gain a substantial knowledge and proficiency using side project, then you again incrementally keep on increasing your knowledge about that piece of software or framework or library using tutorials. Now you can venture into advanced tutorials, learn a separate or a segregated part of that technology in a sandbox environment, because now you have the required knowledge which helps you in connecting what the advanced tutorial is teaching you about. So you can always incrementally upgrade your knowledge about the framework of your choice using these standalone tutorials. And that was all about what I wanted to talk about. How much should you depend upon tutorials and side projects? So building side project is a crucial part of your learning process, and the more side projects of varied quality you create, the more confident you are prone to become in your chosen technology or framework. So I hope that I was able to address those of you who were confused about whether you should depend totally upon tutorials as far as your learning is concerned, or you should look at the other ways of gaining new knowledge and new skills about the technology. So with that, we have reached to the conclusion of this video. In case you have any more doubts regarding tutorials and side projects, make sure to leave a comment in the comment section and I'll try to address your doubt or query to the best of my knowledge and experience. In case you are new here, on this channel we talk about software development and computer science and everything in between. So you might want to subscribe to this channel in case you are interested in any of those stuff. Also, do not forget to give this video a thumbs up in case you found this video useful, because that motivates me to produce more such stuff for you guys. And if you did not like the content, do not shy away to press that thumbs down button so as to allow me to gauge that there are people who did not like my content. Also consider subscribing me or following me on Instagram, because on Instagram I share tidbits about software development and my personal advice related to day-to-day activities of software development and all. And I have also got some videos up on IGTV, so you might want to check that out. So follow me on Instagram as well. In case you have any more suggestions regarding how to improve the quality of content on this channel, or what sort of videos you would like to see on this channel, do not forget to chime in with your opinions in the comment section on any of the videos you watch on this channel. So with that, this is your guy Rajesh Saxena signing off. Take care.